he here? No? I don't mind that. I don't know my code.
All right, good afternoon, everybody. It's 3 o'clock p.m., Wednesday, May 21st, 2025, and Deputy Mayor Jacob Ponisel calling to order the regular session of the Logansport Board of Public Works and Safety, and we will start with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Bless America. All right, roll call.
Chris Martin, absent. Jacob Palmistel.
Here.
Levi Jones.
All right, now on the approval of minutes for the May 14th, 2025 meeting.
Motion to approve.
I will second. Is there any further discussion? All right, call for question.
Jacob Palmistel.
Yes.
Levi Jones.
Yes.
All right, now we are on the approval of claims for $370,105.39. This includes claims of $369,959.18 and United Way for $146.21. Go ahead and make a motion to approve the claims as presented.
Second.
Any further discussion? Call for question.
Levi Jones.
Yes.
Jacob Palmistel.
Yes. All right, now public comment. Anyone in the audience like to come forward and say anything? Please state your name and address for us. Dave? Yeah.
Yeah. Wanted to come forward and ask to amend the agenda. I'd like to add a contract amendment to the agenda. I can just ask to do that and do it whenever you want me to, or I can do it now.
Okay, what's the amendment for?
It's on the contract for the fellow that's doing the windows at the memorial.
Memorial Home? Okay.
It's just to clarify how he gets paid so that the clerk's office is comfortable with the payments and whatnot.
Okay, do we have that language?
Yes, I've got it here. Let me-
Okay, well then let's, we'll go ahead and do that.
Is there anyone?
I'll just do that at the beginning. No, I'll just do the beginning of new business. So hang out if there are no other comments. All right, so no more public comments. We're through old business, so we'll go to new business, and then I will go ahead and make a motion to add the contract amendment for the Memorial Center to the agenda.
Second.
Any further discussion? Call for question.
Jacob Palmistel.
Yes.
Levi Jones.
Yes.
Okay, and then physical copies.
Yeah.
You know we love our paper.
Thank you. All right, yeah, if you just want to highlight the.
Yeah, it's,
difference.
if you go to section 4 in that contract, I'll read you the original verbiage and then show you what was added to section 4 there. Under hourly rate material, the original agreement just said agreed upon hourly rate for all work performed shall be $40, and it shows his estimate number 2503. Now, I did not attach that, but I've got it here if you'd like to see that, dated April 1st. Travel time would be billed at $20 per hour. That was all that line said before, and then the cost of replacement, the line below, was all the same. What we've done, because in his quote, he had travel time and daily expenses, and we had agreed to pay him mileage as well as for his time. So it's been added to say per hour plus mileage. Contractor will also be reimbursed for housing plus utilities until completion of contract. He's rented a place down at the Logan Square.
Okay.
And he stays there during the week and just goes home for the weekends to be with his family, and then he comes back dependent, either Sunday night or Monday morning, and starts in. He works 4 10-hour days a week, and then spends the rest of his time, back at home. And this, it's clarity for the clerk treasurer's office to make sure that State Board of Accounts wouldn't have any issues if they came
Yeah,
in.
and it's all included in
It
not
was
to
all
exceed.
part of the original total, yes.
Very good. Is there anything else on this date?
Nope, that was all there
All
was,
right.
that's just that one change.
Very good. I will go ahead and make a motion to approve the window restoration agreement for the Memorial Center as amended.
Second.
Is there any further discussion? Call for question.
Levi Jones. Yes. Jacob Thompson.
Yes.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Dave.
Thanks, Dave.
All right, now, still contracts and agreements. We're on to Shepler Construction Professional Services Agreement. Dwayne, you're up. RDC sidewalk?
Yeah, this is for the sidewalks out at Lexington Village. As you know, we took bids for that and received 4 public bids, and Shepler came in at the lowest cost, and they're waiting now to get started. So this is a contract allowing them to get started. Cost was like $204,000, all funded by RDC, so it's covered.
All right. I will go ahead and make a motion to accept the agreement with Shepler Construction for the Lexington Village sidewalks.
Second.
Is there any further discussion? Call for question.
Jacob Thompson.
Yes.
Levi Jones. Yes.
Thanks, Dwayne.
Thanks, Dwayne.
All right, next up, we have Grand Industrial Professional Services Agreement. Jan?
Hi. This is for removal of the fountain at Heritage Park. So it wasn't a great deal, it was a lot less expensive than what other contractors had provided to us, so it's coming out of our contractual services fund.
All right. Go ahead and make a motion to accept the agreement with Grand Industrial for the fountain.
Second.
Any further discussion? Call for question.
Jacob Thompson.
Yes.
Levi Jones. Yes.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jim.
Oh.
Oh, wait, you're
We
still
got
up.
one more.
We got the auction items.
Yeah, very few auction items this year.
Anything you want to highlight? Or-
No?
All right. Well, take a look, everybody, if you're interested in what's
All
going to
we
be
had
at
left from
the
the
auction.
clubhouse was tables and chairs, so everything else gone, so.
Very good. All right. Well, I will go ahead and make a motion to accept the Logansport Parks and Recreation Apartments auction items as surplus.
Second.
Is there any further discussion? Call for question.
Jacob Thompson.
Yes.
Levi Jones. Yes.
Thank you.
All right.
Thanks,
Thanks,
Jan.
Jan. Next up, we have Community Development Monthly Report for April 2025. Rob, you're up. Taking note of all the good stuff that's going to be in the auction. All right, what do we got?
All right, total deposits for the month of April, for 78 permits, for a total of $8,702. We had 2 electrician license, 27 building permits, 1 demolition, 2 change of occupancies, 31 contractor registrations, 6 yard sales, 5 electric permits, 2 temporary uses, and 2 variances for the month of April.
Very good. All right, I'll make a motion to accept Community Development's monthly report.
Second.
Any further discussion? Call for question.
Levi Jones. Yes. Jacob Thompson.
Yes.
Thanks,
Rob.
Rob.
All right, next up, we have Fire Department's monthly report for April 2025. Afternoon, Chief. All right, tell us about April.
So for April, we had 148 alarms. We had 1 classified as structure fire, 12 false alarms, 1 vehicle fire, 4 vegetation or trash fires, 105 first responder calls, 1 other rescue, 7 gas leaks, 1 incident involving power lines, 3 smoke and odor calls, 13 motor vehicle accidents. Of those, 95 residential, 17 business, 2 factories, 1 nursing home, 5 on government property, 2 schools, 2 churches, 1 at the DOC, 21 public highways, and 2 in the river or on the trail. Fire inspector had 14 annual inspections. He also did 20 hours of continuing education, and he did 15 premise reviews or consultations. I have a paragraph written about the one structure fire we had. I'm just going to summarize it. Basically, it was automatic alarm at Carter Fuel. When they got there, they opened the door to the electrical room. It was full of smoke. So they retreated until the power could be shut off by LMU. And they had a water leak that went down into their power and fried all their stuff. And so it was, could have been a really, really bad day. So that was okay though, so.
All right. Thanks, Chief. I'll go ahead and make a motion to accept the fire department's monthly report.
Second that motion.
Any further discussion? Call for question.
Jacob Palmso.
Yes.
Levi Jones. Yes.
Thanks, Chief. All right, next up, we got the street department. First thing up is a sign request for Cass County EMS down there on Fifth Street. So what do we got?
Hello. Yeah, I spoke with Greg Hollingsworth. He said, even though the curb there is yellow, cars are still parking too close, especially on weekends, and they're having trouble getting the ambulances out. So I said, I've got no problem as far as ambulances involved, putting up new signs, so.
Yeah. All right. Problem there. Go ahead and make a motion to approve the sign request for Cass County EMS.
Second.
Further discussion? Call for question.
Levi Jones. Yes. Jacob Palmso.
Yes. All right, next up, we have your auction items.
Yeah, just 2011 Chevy Silverado 1500 pickup truck, 148,000 miles on it. And a 2003 International 7400 dump truck, automatic. Its mileage is 141,600. That's all we got.
There you go. This is good stuff for you folks out there. All right. Thanks, Chad. I will go ahead and make a motion to accept the street department's auction items as surplus.
Second.
Any further discussion? Call for question.
Jacob Palmso.
Yes.
Levi Jones. Yes.
All right. And next up, we have city street closure request. First up, we have request for the Cass County Veterans Council Parade.
Yes, the annual Memorial Day Parade, Broadway to 4th, and then cut across to North, back to 6th, and across the bridge to Hannah Street, up Pleasant Hill to the cemetery. The same as last year, basically.
It's a great event, and always good to get this in right in time. So I'll go ahead and make a motion to approve the city street closure request for the Memorial Day Parade.
Second.
Any further discussion? Call for question.
Jacob Palmso.
Yes.
Levi Jones. Yes.
All right. Next up, we have Steinberg Construction request for 4th Street from Market South.
Yes, this involves construction of the new farmer's market. They would like to close 4th Street from Market south to the east-west alley. And then they would also like to close that alley from 4th Street heading east to Home Care Health Solutions.
Okay. I'm trying to scroll through all this Memorial Day stuff. There we go. All right. And this is for the duration of the construction?
Yes, to the end of the year till we're finished.
Very good. All right. I'll go ahead and make a motion to approve the city street closure requests for Steinberg Construction, 4th Street for Market South, and the alley for the farmer's market construction.
Second.
Yes. Okay, yeah. Well, any further discussion is next, so, yeah, come on up and state your name and address for us.
Linda Kurtz, my business or residential address?
That's fine.
The gallery.
Okay.
I guess my big thing is here, what are my semis supposed to do? So, as you know, 2 weeks ago, I'm sure you saw what happened. We're already having a little issue there with, and I love what they're doing down there, don't get me wrong. but we're a business. I have to have my semis. They go from 4th Street, straight down the alley, and then out. They're very big semis. They're not just box trucks.
Well, are they able to go through the lot there from Melbourne? Would they be able to access from Melbourne if they went down that way?
How are they going to get out?
I
They
think-
can't turn.
I think what they're saying is, if you have semis come through here on Melbourne, and then back up straight to your door.
Okay, so, yeah, sounds easy, right? So right here you have Emilio's dumpsters. Okay. Right here we have the parking lot, that's our parking lot there on that side. We have our gallery trucks right here on our warehouse. And then you have the Mexican grocery store who gets probably 8 trucks a day. Big, not always semis, but they're big trucks. So I'm trying to figure out how a semi is gonna block off the road, wait. Our semis can't wait, they have other stops to make. They'll be blocking off Melbourne, waiting for Emilio's semis that are pulled up here to unload for Emilio's. It's just, I don't see how that's gonna be that feasible for that long a time. I mean, like I said, I'm all about what they're doing, but, I mean, is there any way that the fence for the construction here can be moved just a hair more to where, put semis only, block 4th Street off to traffic, semis only? I mean, we don't get 50 a day. It's, I mean, we're trying to work with it here. I'm not, but I just don't think a semi trying to back in there is gonna be feasible with all the other trucks that are unloading for the other businesses. There's 3 right there together.
How frequently do you get deliveries?
You never know.
Okay.
We can get 4 a day, and then I could go 2 days without any. So even if you had it, I mean,
It's not a fixed schedule.
no, and we don't know. I mean, they don't even call us, they just show up. Yeah.
I came to talk about it too. Do I need to stand up there or?
Yeah, if you could. It's just easier we have a microphone here. There's people that watch.
My name's Stacey English. I own Hometown Health Solutions right next to it. And all my employees use that alley to park, so I lose all the parking behind my building too. It'd be okay for like the summertime, but is it gonna be forever? Is it gonna be till?
Well, right now, I think the closure, at least for the 4th Street section, was until the end of December. Was that what it was?
October to December is our busiest time. I've got 6 employees. I don't know where they park.
Yeah, I mean,
They park behind the building.
There is a lot of parking that's been placed down there by the park. I don't know, do they access any of that? Do they use any of the new stuff that's down there?
No. No, we use the parking behind my building. We could park in maybe the lot across the street or something, but when it snows, is it my job to now plow that parking lot to get my employees from the parking lot to my building? I mean, that seems over the top a little bit, but, I mean, I can, I guess, if I have to.
Yeah, I guess I don't know specifically about that. I mean, the access, really it's just about the access there, so you'd be able to access about the same location at your building going through the lot there, I would think, for your employees. You just wouldn't be able to take the alley to get there. Or are you saying they park in the alley? If they park in the alley, they're not supposed to be doing that anyway.
No, they're parking right behind her business.
Yeah.
You have to
You have
be
property.
on the side alley to park there.
Yes.
It's sideways parking, where Ed Nason behind his business, he parks his car only right there behind his business, right, this way. Where theirs, they have to go in the alley and go sideways parking.
So if we lose the alley, we lose the parking,
Yeah.
basically.
We have to come to a conclusion here because it is a temporary closure, and in order for this to even get done, I mean, they're gonna have to dig up things. There's plumbing and other items that need to go
We're gonna have to
in.
deal with the closure. I'm just trying to figure out solutions to make it, I guess, as easy for everybody as possible. Matt, did you have some thoughts?
Well, the biggest thing is it's temporary closure for the public.
Yeah.
we're more than willing to work with the businesses around there. But the thing is, you know, in this alley, we've got 3 connections, so we're gonna have open holes in the alley. We can't have just that open to the general public.
Yeah.
We move pylons and stuff for semis to come through and so forth. We gladly, we're talking about public temporary closure, because, you know, all of our construction traffic's coming from public lots. Across this, so all the personnel and those jobs are gonna be crossing the alley. When we were there last week, there's people flying down this alley, music blaring, whatever, and it's unsafe to the contractors on the site. And I know we want to be respectful of your businesses too, so, I mean, our solution is we've got to have concrete barricades where any of those open holes are. There's a water main tie-in the middle of that road. We can't have an open hole with semis into it, you know, so at least during those periods, we have to have that closed off. During construction of the pavilion, there's gonna be cranes that have to be set up on 4th Street to be able to erect the pavilion. And, you know, really tight restriction for most of them, crane usage and out in traffic areas. So I think we're open to working with the businesses around it. We actually approached each one of them here, as well as others, on trying to accommodate this. But we need this close to the general public. We can work, you guys accommodate certain things.
I
We
guess
just
my
can't
thing is,
have-
like, you need the full, from now till December, closed.
Well, it's a lot easier to close it to the general public the whole time,
Okay, I get that, yeah, okay.
instead of coming for a permit to this group every week or 2 weeks to close it for 2 days, you know?
And I understand that. I guess what I'm asking is, how long is it going to take for those holes?
Well, specifically, this will probably take a week or 2 to tie the water.
Okay, perfect.
For the crane, when it sits here, which will be July, August timeframe, it's gonna take about 3 weeks for that to erect this pavilion. So like, total accommodations, you know, working with you guys, whether it's through here, this is probably, that's why we talked about maybe putting a temporary instead of concrete barricades here. Because if there's a way we can work with you, we can figure out a route, even if it's at our cost, to get semis through here, we can move pavilions to get your trucks in now.
That's, yep, that's
The
all I'm asking,
temporary
is
stuff we
if
can
there's
move
something we can do just
easily.
to,
I'd like, honestly, to barricade this, so at least this section, we've already talked to Mike Anderson as well. This section that's not affecting as many businesses, where the water line tie-in and where the crane's gonna set, we'd like to keep concrete stuff there, if we can, through the duration. It's just,
well, then let me ask you this. So keep in mind, they blocked off the alley, one of our semis a long time ago, kind of picked off the end of the People's Social. So they totally blocked off that for semis. They can't go there anymore.
okay.
So they can't go straight through.
Well, no, but I'm wondering, you know, and again, this is stuff we're happy to work with you through, is there is a way to get in east of that, like kind of directly south of,
On
the
Melbourne.
Yeah,
State Theater. So if there's a way we can work with you in the city to where we're coming in at that entrance off of behind the State Theater, we're coming across here, and then our site superintendent, which I don't know if you.
Gotcha.
you have,
Gotcha.
He can pull temporary out, hey, we can get you through, but at least it's regulated then, and it's not a free-for-all, the public just driving through there.
So it would be coming
Personnel.
in from,
Melbourne.
Melbourne,
Right.
You would cut through the parking lot behind the State Theater. You
like,
catch
right
the
at Mike
alley.
Anderson's?
Yes.
Yeah, as long as Mike Anderson doesn't have too many cars in the lot, that might work. But if they have cars, that won't work.
He can move them.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, figure something out, I'm great. I can't.
I think we can figure something out.
The purpose for this was just mainly for public closure, it's there.
Right.
We're more than willing to work
Perfect.
with local businesses on a solution, but we cannot have open holes here, we can't have
I get that.
semis driving by cranes during construction. We don't want the general public flying through with, you know, their small cars with music blaring and running over one of our people. So if we can close off 4th and figure out a means that we can let you guys through here at scheduled times, we see a semi come through, open it up.
Perfect. That
And yours
works.
here, just being completely honest with you, this is very short time closure. The one up here is gonna be longer. Because that, the building comes from about here through here, and that masonry wall, because once we do our tie-ins, there's a masonry wall about 2 feet away from there, away from the property line. And so we're gonna have scaffolding and stuff in that alley for a longer period of time. But once we're done, there's gonna be nothing in that. We just, during the construction, I mean, we're 2 feet off, there's no way we can build scaffolding in a 2-foot area.
And it's gonna
It's
block
not a
the alley
permanent.
from 4th Street all the way back to the back?
30 feet off of is where the building starts, so 30 foot off the sidewalks where the building starts. And it goes an extra 30 feet for the stamped concrete and then 90 feet. So it's somewhere
Past the
around
back
this
of my building.
right here.
So I
That's where
was-
the building is. So but that part of it should be done realistically August. It won't be in your October timeframe.
Yeah, October's what I'm really worried
Yeah.
about.
But we will, through August, be right up against that property line with stuff in the alley, building that building. So like I said, somewhere around here. The only one for your guys coming in from this area, the old park, that would probably be 2 weeks max. Our intention is actually to take that light pole here, not right quite to the yellow here, somewhere here where that light pole is, electrical pole is, and come down from there.
I'm okay with everything through August, it's fine. Yours would be more serious for you, of course. But as long as we're not gonna permanently close that alley? There's nothing set to permanently close it, right?
I think that has already been permitted.
Which one, the north-south alley or the east-west?
This alley has been permanently closed. Now, again, that's permanently closed to the general public. Use of that alley, just like the public parking lot, is a different thing. It's just so they don't have to come back to this group and get temporary closures of it. It's closed. You know, the alleys around, good example is there used to be a north-south alley by All Saints, building through the block just east of All Saints. They made that part of the public full park. People still drive across it. It's just closed to where if there's a big festival out here on a Saturday morning and the farmer's market or the city want to put barricades across there, they can without coming to meetings.
But it's still going to be usable. Okay.
I'm just, right now, in any of our construction plans, there's nothing drawn permanent in that alley. It's just closed to the general public as a thoroughfare.
Do you enter or exit through that alley frequently? Is that, you go in or out or both?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have the ability to,
Not
to go the other way?
No. But which I'm okay with.
Well, that's what, how do you guys do it now that the fence is up?
Well, 2 of us are parking behind the building because we have to do a 12-point turnaround to make it work with half of an alley, but, and then a couple of us park over down here. I already pay a guy to plow, and I don't want to plow big city lots in the wintertime. If he's done by October, November, and I can fit more of my employees back there, I'm okay with that. But it is a hassle, which I'm okay with. I like what's coming. I like the farmer's market. I like the new thing that's going up. But just temporary is what's affecting my employees.
I'm more concerned at this point with the safety. I think it has to happen. I think that we can work through a lot of the issues that we're talking about, definitely. And if there's a way that the city can be helpful in those discussions, would be glad to. But yeah, I see people go through there all the time. It's kind of a decent cut through, unfortunately, and I don't know, better safe than sorry. So thank you. Please, make sure to stay in touch with them, and they'll be good stewards of what's going on down there. And yeah, going forward, we'll be happy to discuss, short-term or long-term solutions for you guys. So, was there anything else on this one?
If you guys would like, after this meeting, I'm glad to bring it down there, show you exactly the plan. If it doesn't work, you can't work something out, you're assuming we'll fix it.
It sounds, the cut through in that one area sounds good. My only thing is I'm gonna have to have somebody help me with directions when my semi-drivers call me and say, I'm out here, how do I get to your store? Oh, well, you're gonna go, see that little, it's gonna be a little, maybe put up a little thing, here, semi's here.
We can put up signs.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Absolutely. So, all right.
Thank you.
Any other discussion on this one? All right, we had a motion and a second. Call for question.
Jacob Palmso?
Yes.
Levi Jones?
Yes. All right. Next up, we have a city street closure request for Dykeman Excavating. This is George Street from 15th to 16th.
Yes, they're gonna have to put a sewer line in, so they're gonna have to close the block for a day.
All right. Go ahead and make a motion to approve the street closure request for Dykeman Excavating.
Second.
Any further discussion? Call for question.
Jacob Palmso,
Yes.
Levi Jones.
Yes.
All right. We had another one that was talked about. Did that not end up coming through today? Nobody? Okay.
Oh, concerning the farmer's market?
No, not the farmer's market. There was another street closure that was talked about, that if they got it in time, we might add it, but apparently they
Okay.
did not. So, not going to do that. So, we'll move on to application for curb street cut. First up, we have Winkles and McCoy for 3840 East Market Street.
Yeah, Peer Services doing communications Frontier, 3840 East Market Street. I think it's the Marshalls. They're just running communications to it.
Very good. All right. Make a motion to accept the curb street cut request for 3840 East Market Street.
Second.
Call for question.
Levi Jones. Jacob Palmso.
Yes. All right, next up, we have Case Construction in the alley behind 823 East Market Street.
Yeah, there's repairing a NIPSCO cut. And I could just jump ahead to the next one too, because it's.
Yeah, sure.
It's Case Construction also, repairing a
1530 Treen.
1530 Treen.
Okay, so
Oh,
same
In
thing.
the street, the previous one was in the alley.
All right, we'll go ahead and make a motion to accept the curb street cut requests for Case Construction at 823 East Market and 1530 Treen.
Second.
All right, call for question.
Jacob Palmso,
Yes.
Levi Jones.
Yes.
All right, next up, we have NIPSCO for 1509 East Market Street.
Yeah, they're just replacing or installing a gas line in the alley, boring, no cut.
All right. Go ahead and make a motion to accept the curb street cut request for NIPSCO at 1509 East Market Street.
Second.
Call for question.
Levi Jones.
Yes.
Jacob Palmso.
Yes. All right, and last, we have Dykeman Excavating request for 1514 George Street.
Yeah, this pertains to the street closure we had earlier, the sewer line project on 1514.
All right, go ahead and make a motion to accept the curb street cut request for Dykeman Excavating, 1514 George Street.
Second.
Call for question.
Jacob Palmso,
Yes.
Levi Jones.
Yes.
Thanks, Chad.
Thanks, Chad.
All right, next up, we have code enforcement, weekly report.
Good afternoon.
Afternoon, Randy.
All right, so last week we sent out 32 new notices for trash. We had 47 that were cleared from the weeks before, sent out 5 citations, 5 notices to appear. We had 8 properties brought in, and we had 5 property cleanups ordered. We didn't tag any cars last week. We actually wrote 7 citations last week. We had 1 that was removed by the owner. We towed 7 vehicles. Grass notices, first notices last week, we sent out 95. Had 21 that were cleared by the week before, and then 7 that we had to send over to the street department.
All right. Go ahead and make a motion to accept code enforcement's weekly report.
Second.
Any further discussion? Call for question.
Jacob Palmso,
Yes.
Levi Jones.
Yes.
All right, next up, we have requests for property cleanup of multiple violation properties. First up, we have 503 Mobley Street. Is there anyone here to represent 503 Mobley Street? Seeing nobody, Randy, you can go ahead.
This one we actually tabled from last week. She was supposed to come in and talk about the property. The property is clear, but it is a multiple violation. That's why we were wanting her to come in and speak on it. We have talked to her in the past, though, before this, about what to do, how to do things and stuff like that. We had tabled it just to give her a chance to actually come in.
To come in, so we're at multiple violations still, so we don't need a property cleanup.
No.
Just a multiple violation. So what's this on the,
This would be the T1, so it would be 0 to 500.
all right. And they've gotten the $100,
She has paid the $100 fine, yeah.
has paid the $100 fine? All right. Then, so let's go ahead and vote on the property cleanup. We didn't vote on the property cleanup last week, right? So we'll vote on the property cleanup, make a motion to vote on the property cleanup for 503 Mobley Street.
No.
Motion first.
Second.
Call for question.
Jacob Palmso.
No.
Levi Jones.
All right, now I'll go ahead and make a motion to fine 503 Mobley Street $100 for multiple violations.
Second.
Any further discussion? Call for question.
Jacob Palmso.
Yes.
Levi Jones.
Yes.
All right. Next up, we have 1406 High Street. Is there anyone here to represent 1406 High Street? Seeing nobody, Randy, go ahead.
Again, this was tabled from last week. They had done a lot of work cleaning it up. There were still a few minor things left, but as of today, it's pretty close to being done. They said they would be done, so we'll go out there and try to work with them and get it completed, finished, but we shouldn't have to do a cleanup.
So you think vote no on the cleanup, or is this a table?
We vote no on it because they're working really hard and they're
Close enough.
actually getting ready to move, so.
Okay. All right, so 1406 High Street. All right, I'll go ahead and make a motion to vote on the property cleanup for 1406 High Street.
Second.
Call for question.
Levi Jones.
No.
Jacob Palmso.
No. All right. Next up, we have an appeal for 228 Wheatland Avenue. Is there anyone here to represent 228 Wheatland Avenue? Seeing nobody, Randy, go ahead.
Ms. Franco actually called and said that she would be here, so to appeal this fine. And we verified with her, we told her the time and the place.
And the right time?
Yep. So,
All right. Well, we get any other information?
I mean, we got our phone numbers and stuff for her, but this was her chance to appeal this, and
Yeah.
at this point, we'll just place the fine. I mean, if
Yeah, well, no, so we'll go ahead and vote on the appeal then for 228 Wheatland Avenue. So I'll make a motion.
Second.
Any further discussion? Call for question.
Jacob Palmso.
No.
Levi Jones.
No.
Right. Next, we're on to 1819 High Street, an appeal here as well. Is there anyone here to represent 1819 High Street? Come forward and state your name for us.
Jesus Salazar.
All right, thank you very much. Randy, go ahead.
we had this one back in March or whatever, and Jesus came in after the Board of Works to speak to us and explain what was going on his property. He has some dumping issues going on back there, and we've been watching it fairly close for him too. But he wants to appeal this fine, which I'm perfectly fine with him appealing it. After we sat and we had the discussions about it and stuff, so I'm perfectly fine.
So do you feel a probationary period is good for this one, or do we not need it?
And there are people actually from the neighboring properties
No.
that are dropping on his, and we were actually able to.
My garage is like kind of hidden, so there ain't no light back there either, so they'll just come by and just dump stuff in there, I mean,
Yeah.
you really don't get to see it.
And we found a couple times there were small things thrown back there that he hadn't been around, so we knew it wasn't his.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. Well, thank you for coming in and dealing with
I just
them.
want to take care of it, you know what I mean?
No,
I got
absolutely.
kids now too, so, I mean, whatever.
Awesome. Awesome.
You know what I mean? I was-
Well, we really appreciate you coming in and dealing with the issue. Sorry you have to deal with that.
You're
but,
fine.
uh,
You guys just
prove
do
your
your job.
innocence.
I mean, it's good.
Yeah, I like that you're here, so I will go ahead and make a motion to vote on the appeal for 1819 High Street.
Second.
Any further discussion? Call for question.
Jacob Palmso.
Yes.
Levi Jones.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, so appeal approved for 1819 High Street. And now we're on to 1918 George Street. Is there anyone here to represent 1918 George Street? Seeing nobody, Randy, go ahead.
this one's been a multiple violation. We've actually done a cleanup on this one already this year, and we had placed a fine on this property before. And we're right back. The last violation they had before this was mattresses and trash and stuff, and then again this time. mattresses again. And we sent the notice, we explained the situation on how to get rid of stuff, and it's still happening, so
They work through it all?
not much. This is a contract property with Matt Getz, and we're reached out to Matt with him as well, and he's tried to reach out with them, but they've refused any contact.
So, do we need the cleanup on this one then still?
The cleanup itself is taken care of.
It's done.
Care of.
So this is just a multiple violation.
Yep,
We're looking at, this is a tier 2,
yep.
so. Okay, I'll go ahead and make a motion to vote on the property cleanup for 1918 George Street.
I'll second.
Call for question.
Jacob Palmso.
No.
Levi Jones.
Now I'll make a motion to place a $1,000 fine on 1918 George Street for multiple violations.
I'll second.
Is there any further discussion? Call for question.
Levi Jones. Jacob Palmso.
Yes. All right. Next up, we have 440 Bates Street. Is there anyone here to represent 440 Bates Street? Seeing nobody, Randy, go ahead.
All right, this is just simple trash and debris on the property. We've tried to get information to the guys left and right on this. It's still sitting there and needs to be cleaned up.
All right. So this is just the cleanup then?
Yep.
No multiple violation? Well, that's something, at least. All right. Well, I'll go ahead and make a motion to vote on the property cleanup for 440 Bates Street.
Second.
Any further discussion? Call for question.
Levi Jones.
Yes.
Jacob Palmso.
Yes. All right. Next up, we have 1410 Smead Street. Is there anyone here to represent 1410 Smead Street? Please state your name for us. Thank you. Randy, go ahead.
On this one, started at 428, this is for trash and debris. There's a camper located on the property that is not in the state of storage. As of right now, some of it's been cleaned up, but there was an issue with the fence going up to try to cover that stuff, and no permits being pulled as well.
Okay.
So,
Rob, did you have something you wanted to say on that? or-
I wasn't aware of one being pulled,
Okay.
but it is in violation without a permit, and it is in violation the way it is been built. The 4x4 posts cannot be on the outside, they gotta be on the inside.
Okay, so that's something that needs to be taken care of outside of this as well. So Randy, what needs to be done over
we
there
need
right
to
now?
finish cleaning up by the old privacy fence and the tree. The camper letter did get sent out about the 30 days of getting that removed or put back into a state of storage. That hasn't happened.
Okay.
So at this point, it just would need a cleanup. But the answer to putting a fence up to kind of cover that isn't an answer to cleaning it up.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, I'm not covering anything. What we did was we tore down a shed. The wood that's there is from an old shed that we have tore down. We were in the process of getting rid of it when he took the pictures. I mean, we just happened to tear it down the day before. So that isn't an issue. Quite frankly, it says here that it's not occupied by the owner. I am the owner. I am occupying that place, so the report is wrong. Second of all, I really don't need to be here. I'm on dialysis. I have 3 years to live. So this is kind of petty to me because, I mean, I'm looking at 3 years. A lot more can happen in 3 years that I'm more into than worrying about if my yard is the way the HMO around here is. So my point is, it's getting done. We're putting a privacy fence up. We're going to remove the wood because we're using the wood for other things in the house. So that's what we're standing on.
Okay, what do we think? 30 days to get anything remedied, or is that too much time?
Well, we started this on 428. The issue is we sent out the camper letter, okay? And the camper cannot be occupied. It has to be in a state of storage.
The gentleman that is staying in it right now is helping us. I don't know if you've noticed, Logansport has a shortage of places to live. So we kind of got him there. He's just helping me get things done. Once everything's said and done, then he'll leave. but we've got things we've got to get done.
And Lonnie, that's just not how it works, unfortunately. I mean, there are rules, and you're gonna have to follow the rules. Did you hear me ask if 30 days was enough? I'm willing to give you some time to get this figured out. We don't have to do this today and put a proper cleanup on you. Hey, Lonnie, you're talking to me right now. Would you let me help you out and not screw things up for yourself right now? Because I would rather just get this taken care of. I think there are some things with the fence that obviously need to get taken care of, even if you're building it, and that might make things look a little nicer, or things that need to be done with the camper. You can't have somebody just living out in your yard in a camper. That's not how things work in the city. If you want to do that, you have to live out in the county or do whatever. I mean, that's a whole different thing. But we have too many things to be doing to, be messing with your property. So I'm willing to give a little bit of time to rectify the issues with the fence, and to get the issues taken care of with the camper and anything else that needs to be taken care of on the property. I don't know if that seems reasonable to you to give a little time to do that. I don't know if
I'm okay with it.
30 days,
It's just the
you can get this done.
communication
Yeah.
that's been had when the letters went out on 4/28, and there's phone numbers and there's emails, there's ways to get a hold of us.
Yeah. So
I'm waiting till this meeting to have this discussion.
No, I agree, and that's why I think, 30 days from now, if it's not taken care of, if it's not pulled for the fence, all this kind of stuff, we have the same issue and we'll have to take action. But I'm willing to let you work with the guys here to get it figured out so that you don't have to come back here and deal with us, and you can go about your life the way that you see fit and hopefully enjoy it and don't spend your time doing this. Does that seem reasonable? Okay, anybody else have thoughts? And make sure to get with Randy and Rob after this meeting to talk about.
I got one question.
Sure.
How come my trailer is the camper that's in the back of my yard is being hit when there's RVs and other campers all over this town?
Well, we get stuff like this every week, but yes.
You're one of maybe 40 to 50 campers that we're dealing with.
Yeah. Nobody.
One of many. I always start everybody when they say, why am I getting picked on this?
Yeah.
You're not.
Nobody has the time or energy to pick on you. They just
In the
don't.
state of storage, nothing would have been said. But it's popped
Yeah.
out. You
What's
know,
the classified state of storage?
well, you got the tip out. The door's been open. There was people in and out of it while we were there.
Hey, but before we go too far, Lonnie, don't let the gift horse in the mouth. We'll give you 30 days to work with them to get this taken care of. And if all of the stuff happens that needs to happen, you don't have to show up here again. As long as things that need to happen. Now, if they don't happen, you're going to be back here again, and you better show up, or you'll face proper cleanup and all that kind of stuff. If it's taken care of, then that's great. So I'm willing to give 30 days. So what does that put this out to? Anybody have that off the top of their head?
Probably the last one, the June.
So the 25th, meeting on the 25th to revisit this. So, and that there's, the fence needs to be, if you're going to be having stuff behind the fence or whatever, it needs to be permitted. All of that stuff needs to be taken care of. But I'm willing to table this to the 25th. So I'll go ahead and make a motion to do that.
I'll second it.
Okay. Is there any further discussion? Call for question.
Levi Jones? Yes. Jacob Paulson?
Yeah. All right. Thank you. So 1410 Swedes tabled. We're on to 111 West Linden Avenue. Is there anyone here to represent 111 West Linden Avenue? Seeing nobody, Randy, go ahead.
This is a simple cleanup. There's just a bunch of extra bags that keep getting thrown to the neighbors from this property. This is a nothing cleanup that can be done.
All right. This is just the cleanup.
Yeah, it's just a cleanup.
All right, we'll go ahead and make a motion to vote on the property cleanup for 111 West Linden Avenue.
Second.
All right. Any further discussion? Call for question.
Levi Jones? Yes. Jacob Paulson?
Yes. All right, next up, we have 1202 North Street. Is anyone here to represent 1202 North Street? Seeing nobody, Randy, go ahead.
This one, as of 2 o'clock, is cleaned by the owner.
Clean by the owner. We like that. All right, I will go ahead and make a motion to vote on the property cleanup for 1202 North Street.
Second.
Call for question.
Jacob Palmso.
No.
Levi Jones.
All right. Now on to 1415 North Street. Is there anyone here to represent 1415 North Street? I'm seeing nobody. Randy, go ahead.
This one again was simple trash and debris on the property. As of today, it's still there.
All right. So it needs to be cleaned up. No.
Comment.
Yes. On this one? Yeah.
Talked with Lonnie the other day, just by chance, I ran into, he's done some work for me, so I know who he is.
Mm-hmm.
And, he had a question about another property, what was the other property he had, maybe 17, something?
Yeah,
And
17,
he had cleaned it up.
yeah.
But he had let me know, I don't know if he let Randy know, but he had told me he was gonna be gone on vacation starting Tuesday of this week, and he would be able to get the other one had been cleaned up, he just said,
Mhm.
"Well, you know."
Yeah.
Okay, so this is still there.
This is still there, but if we can figure out if there's a way I can get a hold of Victor.
Oh, do you want to, 2 weeks?
Yeah, we'll table it for 2 weeks just to see.
Okay, so I'll go ahead and make a motion to table 1415 North Street until June 4th.
Second.
For question.
Levi Jones. Yes. Jacob Palmso.
Yes. All right, so that's tabled. All right, so now we're on to 729 Cliff Drive. Is there anyone here to represent 729 Cliff Drive? And seeing nobody, Randy, go ahead.
All right, just started trash, debris, building materials, upholstered furniture, vehicles on there. As of today, it's still setting. Property itself, we believe, is vacant. But we just need to get in and get that cleaned up.
Okay. No previous violation. All right, well, I'll go ahead and make a motion to vote on the property cleanup for 729 Cliff Drive.
I'll second.
All right, any further discussion? Call for question.
Jacob Palmso.
Yes.
Levi Jones. Yes.
All right. And last but not least, we have 511 Schultz Street. Is there anyone here to represent 511 Schultz Street? Seeing nobody, Randy, go ahead.
This one right now, we almost want to say this one's clean. The only thing we have left is, you'll see a stack of tires in the last pictures. That was the only thing left there today.
I mean, you want to table it a week? or
We can take care of ourselves.
Do we want to just plan to take care of that?
Yep.
Okay. So, and we have nothing else for this in multiple violation?
Nope.
All right. So I'll go ahead and make a motion to vote on the property cleanup for 511 Schultz Street.
Second.
Is there any further discussion? Call for question.
Jacob Palmso.
No.
Levi Jones.
All right. Thank you, Randy. Getting a bunch of work done. Pretty stuff, but good to get done. All right, now we're on to electrical licenses. So we have several of them. They've provided all the necessary information, so I'll just run through them. We have, make a motion to approve the electric licenses for Douglas Davis, doing business as Davis Electric LLC, Randall Thompson, doing business as Randy Thompson, David Kender, doing business as Kender Electric Company Incorporated, Chris Hallam, doing business as Prime Contracting, Eugene Kaufman, doing business as Shepler Construction Company Incorporated, William Wool, doing business as Worlarski's LLC, Dan Lepley, doing business as Midstate Electric Incorporated, Nicholas Adams, doing business as Krisevich Electric Incorporated, Todd Price, doing business as WP Electric Incorporated, Brian Flora, doing business as Defco Incorporated, and Wesley Wiggs, doing business as Brant's Heating, Cooling, and Electrical.
Second.
All right, any further discussion? Call for question.
Jacob Palmso.
Yes.
Levi Jones.
Yes. All right, no more new business. We have board member comments. Levi, you got anything?
I do not today.
I'm not going to leave out the Pacers talk we've had the last couple of weeks. I'm thrilled to watch them take on the Big Apple, everybody up there in the conference finals tonight. We'll see how that goes. I'm not going to bet on them because if I did it would not be good news for them, so I'll just support them. Yeah. So now we're on to miscellaneous business and any matters not already considered, including ADA Section 504 compliance or concerns.
I was laid out
Yep.
with the county attorney, and they're going to get hold of Mindy about setting up a meeting about liens and things that we're filing with the county.
Wonderful.
So we get it straightened out, and looking to maybe Wednesday or Thursday of next week, so if that works, and thinking about what questions you
Okay.
have.
You have Mindy working on that? Or he was going to reach out to her?
Because,
Okay, she's probably listening anyway, so.
yeah, Mindy, there got a call coming out, I think,
But no, great. I'm glad. That'll be good for us to get figured out.
and the tax issue. That's
Yeah.
another-
Good.
And it's on our side.
Yeah, we'll see. All right. So if nothing else, I'll go ahead and make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All right, call for question.
Levi Jones? Yes. Jacob Palmson?
Yes. All right, we're adjourned, 3:55 PM. Thank you, everybody.